hell are you? Vincenzo Vachetti on his way home on a Sunday. I had to do some extracurricular activities at work on a Sunday. We had some issues come up, and this stupid mount is vibrating. I'm also on some really unsmooth roads, so. And speaking of unsmooth, that would be me. My God, man. Today has been an uncool kind of day. It's the kind of day where you just go, what the hell happened? I woke up at 1 a.m. I was having a dream. I wouldn't really call it a nightmare, but I was having a dream, right? And it was a really stupid dream. Really stupid dream. But it woke me up. I got up, went to the bathroom, came back to bed. And I laid there, and I'm like, I only got an hour before I gotta be on my feet. So, the hell am I gonna do for an hour? So I laid there playing on my phone, obviously. Spent way too much time on my phone this morning. Way too much time. Need to put this damn thing down and throw it out the window or something. It's a mind control device is what the damn phone is. But anyhow, so I get up, I go to work. And it was way, way sooner than I normally get to work. I didn't stop for coffee or nothing, you know. I just kind of hung out on the road, watching videos as I traveled. And man, I got to work, and I already had my mindset like, okay, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna go home. So I get to work. I knock out the important thing, which is my responsibility. There's a box back there trying to take flight. I knock out my responsibility, and I go to the next thing, the next part of the job, and I get over there, and they're all looking at me like I did something wrong, and I'm like, are you trying to tell me I'm the only guy here? And they're like, yeah, you're the only guy here. Like, why didn't you come get me? So I had to go and get all the things together for someone else's job. All right, cool. So I take over. I do that part of it. Didn't do it well because we lost one of the documents. Found it later. We get everything put together. We start the business. We're making eggs. All right, fine. We're making eggs. Everything's hunky-dorky. We got a guy who didn't show up. We don't know why. There's enough people here to run the operation. We're in good shape. When she shows up for work, we get things square. We get all the eggs inspected. Everything's all caught up. And come to find out, the guy who was supposed to be there was in the emergency room. And I don't know why. I didn't ask. Not my problem. My problem is getting the eggs out of the building. So we get the eggs inspected. I had to reject some because there was too many broken ones. And I'm going, why are these things broken? So, you know, I have to go and I have to report that I found broken eggs. Then I got to go tell the people who could fix the problem I found broken eggs. And I'm not getting any results, so I go to the eggs themselves when they're coming out of the machine, and I'm holding them up, and I'm using my flashlight to look at the eggs, right? And I'm finding broken eggs before they ever get touched by another human being. And I'm going, all right, so it's getting broke someplace else. So I have him go look at the machines. They have sensors inside of them. And the censor is saying, oh yeah, we're going to allow 15 to 18 broken eggs through the line. And I'm going, we're not allowed to have more than 5. Why is this thing set at 16 and 18? And then the first thing clicks, and it's the fact that they want to go home. They want to go home. They don't want nothing to do with being there all day. They want to go home. So they set the machine to load the damn cartons as fast as they can go. Damn the results. But here's the problem. If it gets to the store and they find too many broken eggs, then it gets sent back to the factory, and we got to pay them back for the eggs. So that's a bad move. It's like, just do the damn job right in the first place and quit making everybody's lives harder. So it's been a rough friggin' day. And I was only supposed to do 4 hours, 4 to 6 hours, you know, maximum 10 o'clock. And because that guy didn't show up, I stuck around till 12:30. I did 8 hours. Now, I got paid for it, mind you. I got paid, decent amount of money for this particular experience. But, man, let me tell you something, Mean Gene. I don't want to be at the factory every single day. I got other things I want to do in my life. So, now I got 2 kids who were expecting Dad to be home, who was not home. And I just got to do what I got to do. Now, I realize that the feed may be a little choppy. I'm out in God's country right now. I might even lose my signal. Hey, there he is. Right. No one has any sense of priorities. There's no sense of urgency. There's no pride. People don't have any ability to want to have a product with their name on it that is respected. Nobody wants that anymore. They just want their money and they want to get out. And I for one understand the amount of money that we get stuck having to pay in taxes, that it makes work somewhat pointless. But I gotta make what I gotta make to survive. Until we've freed ourselves of this system, I gotta do what I gotta do to survive. And I'm not gonna do it half-assed. That's what really frustrates me. How can you do anything half-assed? Anything worth doing is worth doing properly. Why do anything twice? Just do it right the first time. I don't know, man. How the hell are you today? I hope everything's going well with you, sir. I friended you on Steam, and I added my Steam number to my social on the Twitter. So if anybody else wants to play Steam games with me, you got access to my friend number now. So feel free to give me a like over there, and we'll work together on a game or two. You just got off work too? Okay. Well, just because I got off work doesn't mean the job's done. Now I got to go home and do the next part of my job that I should have been doing already, which is being dad and running the household. So that's going to be a barrel of laughs. Mini Vinny's got a dinner date scheduled with his grandparent, so him and the little girl, I think, are going to go have some food tonight. I'm not eating diddly shit because I am fat right now. I've been eating out of stress, I think. And my brain says, stop friggin' eating. And I even hear myself saying stop eating, but man, I can't stop eating. I need some sort of comfort I'm getting none of it anywhere else, so I'm eating. That's what I'm doing. But yeah, we get off work, we get home, we get us a salad, we get us a beer, we get us a sit down. We'll be okay. Today is what it is. Come on in, folks, have a seat. The world works better when you talk to me, so I got something to say. Otherwise, you're going to hear me ramble on about my day. The Mexican that I left behind, she's fine. It's not really all that busy. She's just waiting for the next thing that we have to inspect, because not everything is inspected by us. Bump coming up here. Oof. Well, that's true. Because, man, believe me, I want to in the worst way. I had a dream last night. And you guys, I hope you've all met Sissy. My little girl's handicapped. So I hope that you've met Sissy. I had a dream last night, and it was nothing to do with her. It was some kind of an alien space nonsense, and I was talking to somebody, and they got like liquidated, just blam, and they're all over the wall. And this other alien walks up and just starts crying, and I'm like, oh, poor guy, was that your friend? I'm sorry about that. And then he starts saying, on, and I'm like, wait a minute. That's not alien language, that's sissy. And that's when I woke up. And I thought I heard my little girl, and I'm like, what in the hell's going on? So yeah, it was really weird. It was really weird. It woke me up and gave me an odd feeling. And then I couldn't go back to sleep. So, but yeah, I left the Mexican in charge by herself, and she's fine. You just have to stare at the boxes until the next one comes along that hasn't been inspected yet. I mean, we got most of it done already. The problem here lies in the fact that she got there at 6 a.m. and she's probably going to be there until at least 6 o'clock. And I feel bad for her, but man, what can I do? I came in at 4 a.m. You're making it worse for me. But I could have stayed longer. I could have and kept making, big time money, but I'm not interested in the money. I want to go home. I got mine, I got mine. I'm going to go home. Let somebody else get theirs. My kids need me. So that's where I'm headed right now. I downloaded Apex Legends, sir. I downloaded Apex Legends, and I kind of played in the tutorial a little bit, but I haven't gotten a chance to really sit down, because in the introduction video they gave you, they talk about how Trios is the go-to. There you go, baby, exactly. Making memories with your kids is far more important than money. Always is. So, in the intro, they talked about how Trios is the go-to. It's the method of playing. And I says, I really don't want to try it and play this game in Trios and not understand how it works. So I didn't. I should have, but I didn't. I'll probably spend some time diving in there to see how it works. Well, see, I don't know. And that's probably the same way with Fortnite, is if you've got a team and your team understands how you play, I'm sure that it's so much better for you and them as a unit than by yourself. But I don't play with anybody. I got Scottish that I've played with. But yeah, even my own brother, I don't play with hardly anybody, because timing is crucial. When I want to sit down, I want to sit down. And if you're not available, then what am I going to do? So, that's kind of where I'm at with that. I would rather, much rather, play on my lonesome. But the games that are hot right now are very much team games. I really don't want to re-download League of Legends, because I played that on a regular basis way back when. I'm just not a big League player. I don't like the. It seems like you can buy your way into being a higher tier than you belong. It's not pay to play or pay to win or pay to play, but it sometimes it feels like it that it's pay to win, and I just don't want to deal with that shit. I wish there was more PvE. I wish there was more PvE games out there that were multiplayer. I really do, because man, I would rather have a series of quests that I have to go and do that require other people when you're on a target and you're working together than I would sit around and try to figure out how to outsmart other people playing the same game. I'm not interested in having to learn someone else's strategy. I would rather learn how the mechanics of the monsters work and then running around the monsters. But that's just me. I played it back in, I want to say, the early days. It was still very, very young. It's a money sink, it really is. No, I haven't. No, not at all. See, if they had a Borderlands sort of thing, a Warcraft sort of thing, shooter that's multiplayer would be helpful. But I hate having to pay for some kind of damn subscription. Everything wants to milk you for money. I mean, everything wants to milk you for money. I've only seen pictures for Destiny 2. Oh. Yeah, no. Well, it's like World of Warcraft, you know. Not only have you got a subscription, but you got to drop dime on a damn expansion every couple of years. And I just couldn't make myself keep doing that. I loved World of Warcraft. I would love to go back to that world in a heartbeat, but I want to go back to the Burning Crusade era? Burning Crusade, and yeah. After that, it started to get a little wonky. I was okay with Burning Crusade, and the one that was after that. Damn, I can see it, but I can't think of what it was called. But it was before Pandaria, and I got Pandaria, but I didn't play it very deep. I started to lose my love for it because it wasn't monotonous. They were Xing out so much old school content, and they were changing so many things that was breaking what I was accustomed to playing. So I just gave up. Trying to learn a new system. I said, screw it. And the other half of that is, you know, they're not adapting and gaining their own mods. Everything requires mods now, and the vanilla version you buy off the shelf is not adequate for what you need when it comes to playability in some cases. Yeah, Wrath of the Lich King. Oh, that was the best. I love that. That whole story, that whole expansion was very, very much fun. I love that. And then Pandaria, I like the pandas, but again, they were cutting out so much of the old school content, and they started not erasing, but rewriting, or one of those, damn it, one of those, well, actually several of those dungeons were just completely wiped off the map, and I'm like, what the fuck, guys? And they stuck something else in that hole, and it's like, wait. There's a reason why this is here. It was here to tell the story. Make them play the story. Oh, it's just too many game hours. It takes too long. We need people who want to rush the end game. No, we don't. You create the content in order for them to play the content. Mists of Pandaria, yeah. I didn't get Cataclysm. They started in with the dragons and shit, and I'm like, I don't think I want to play that. They were destroying so much of the old world, and I get it. Again, I understand it. You're telling a story. But if you cannot design your game to where all the vanilla shit is there, you play through the vanilla shit, and then as you reach the expansion portions, then it becomes available. Instancing should work when you're in the air. This should have, when you're crossing a border wall and you are at this level, you should get the vanilla version. When you get to this level and you've played through all the content you're supposed to, and you reach that division, that wall, then it should open up the next part of the expansion and change it with a cutscene and help explain to you why now that realm is something different. I don't understand why you had to overwrite the damn world you got when you could just create a new instance. Whatever. I don't make the rules. I just show up and play the games. So, yeah, I do. I miss that world. I would love to take Mini Vinny there and get him a level 1 creature and teach him how to play the game. I think he'd like it. I don't think he'd like using his fingers to play the game, because I would use my fingers. I would not use a controller. But you have to learn how to walk your character with your fingers. I don't think he'd want to do that. But I watched him play that SpongeBob game last night, and man, he's getting good. Mini Vinny is getting good at making the game do what it wants it to do. He's still having a hard time adjusting to strategy. He has a hard time making the game, making his character move different or trying different attack styles based on what you're dealing with. Last night I tried to do a boss for him that he couldn't do, and he was getting real frustrated. So I sat down and tried it, and I started getting frustrated. So then I'm like, okay, now we gotta change strategy. So instead of using level 1, let's try using the kick. So the kick comes up, and as you're still in the air, you can kick at other targets. And I'm like, oh, now I get it. So I started doing that, and I cleared the board and went on to attack the boss. But see, he's not smart enough to adapt his play style. So he's getting it though. He's getting it. And he's having a good time with it, but man, when it comes time to change your thought pattern, he has a hard time with that. And that's probably the ADHD, autism talking. But yeah, there's so many games. Like, I would love for Minivinny to play Borderlands. I think he could follow me around and shoot things. I think he could figure that out. I wouldn't want him listening to all the language, but, I need to find him some games like that he and I can play together that don't require me to buy a whole new fucking rig. And don't get me wrong, in the future, I'm going to buy a new rig, and I'm going to let Minivinny have that one. And then that way we can play together. Of course, then I got to buy every damn game I play with him twice. But such is life, right? One thing that really sticks out, that pisses me off about modern video games and modern digital world period, is the fact that I have a family. I've already paid for your product once. I've paid for your product once. I want to play this product with other people in my family. In the old days, we had split screen. Because number one, we had great big screen TVs. And number two, we had a plane, and you were looking at this screen and I was looking at that screen, and you could play two-player on the same game on the same screen. If I want to play Halo with my little boy, I gotta go back to the Xbox and get split screen. Why can I not play split screen on my laptop or computer? It seems like the marketing strategy of milking you for money is doing fantastically. And it really pisses me off. So, if I could get the PlayStation to cooperate, in theory, I could play with my boy. But again, you have to have 2 internet connections. You have to have 2 of the products. You might have to have the PlayStation Network service. So we're stacking multiple levels of subscriptions together. And I feel like maybe at some point somebody's got to say enough's enough. That my digital ID that belongs to Apple. And yes, I'm talking about the same sort of shit we're walking into with the microchip and the whole 9 yards. I feel like that should make me have access to anything that I've already paid for. And having a network attached to my console that I'm already paying money for the internet for seems like bullshit. Oh, you gotta subscribe to our network, and you get the service to be able to play with others. Bitch, I bought the game that is multiplayer to play with others. The network is your fucking problem, not mine. I just feel like we need to come to a head when we're talking about subscriptions and dropping dime on yet another damn streaming service. My 2 cents. And this is what happens when I get stuck on a tangent and no one talks to me. Not your problem, you're talking to me. But the rest of the yahoos who were in the chat are now no longer in the chat because they can't talk to me. I feel like I'm easily talked to. I feel like I'm easily someone you could have a conversation with. But what the hell? Oh no, I understand that, but that's not sustainable. That's the thing. You want to talk about green? You want to talk about sustainable? I should be able to. There should be a. If I own the physical copy of WrestleMania from the Nintendo Entertainment System, there should be something that I can do to say, I own this, I want to play it. You should have the ability to play it. Don't give me the digital copy on the Switch that we released for you to buy for $1 or $2 because it's an old ass game, or it's $5 because it's nostalgia. Why, hello there, Zeast Mode. I'm glad you're here, baby. I downloaded Apex Legends. I'm so glad you're here. I downloaded Apex Legends, and I haven't tried it out yet. I played a little bit in the tutorial. But yes. I'm gonna get wound up into that. No, and you're right. It's never gonna work that way. But the fact that I can't play a game that I paid money for because you determined it was no longer being serviced and then turn around and sell it to me on a digital copy is bullshit. I understand having a digital copy for the modern era, but I should be able to prove that I own the physical copy and you should give it to me because I own it. If I gotta hold it up next to my damn driver's license for you to give me a credit to buy the damn thing, the digital copy, then it should be a thing. We need to stop being forced to pay for new copies of something you've already got. I'm holding in my hand, I don't know, Groundhog Day, or Goonies, or what have you. I'm holding it in my hand. It's a VHS copy. I want to watch it on the digital. Then here it is. Here's my face. Here's my friggin' driver's license. I have proof of ownership. So now give me my digital copy. Bare minimum. Bare minimum. Let's do cash for clunkers. Bare minimum. I'm going to take this. I'm going to take it to a place, whether that's Best Buy or you know, a store that can show that I've walked into with my copy of this thing, and now I can legally have a serial number that gives me the digital copy of that game, and I can watch that digital copy into perpetuity. That's green. That's saving everybody a step, saving everybody money, saving everybody hassle. Here's my digital copy. Here's my numbers. They belong to me. They're only attached to this email address. What have you. We need to come up with answers for this shit. So, I digress. And now that we're going into, you know, the people who didn't have video games, are dying off. The people who barely played video games are starting to age to the point that they're not going to play video games. But they're gonna give their games to their children who are going to inherit these things, who have no clue how to play them, have no access to the old technology, but they've got these games. They shouldn't have to pay for it. They inherited the damn thing. I've got the original Halo. Why do I have to pay for the goddamn digital copy? I've got Legends of Wrestling. Why do I got to pay for a brand new digital copy? It should already be something that you can go, hey, I see that you've got the CD. Let me scan that in, and we'll attach that to your screen name, and now into perpetuity you have access to that there, and then you pass that same email address on down to your kids. I feel like we're screwing the pooch here. Whether it's an heirloom of a physical nature or it's an heirloom of digital nature, you should be able to pass on your shit to your kids. Period. Exclamation point. Zeast mode, since you're within range of me, baby. I watched you guys play the other day. It was very fascinating. You'll have to give me an opportunity to cut my teeth with you guys, because I don't understand how it works. It's a very interesting game. I don't know where to start, really. I don't think that me being a tank is a good idea, because I don't understand where I would need to be. I don't necessarily think that I need to be a tracker of any kind, because I don't know where to look. A healer might be something that I can get into, because I can find my friends. I can be able to heal the target. I can understand that. But being straight DPS, I feel like that's just asking for an ass kicking. No, and nothing out there cares about the consumer. Not a damn place cares about the consumer. It's all about fucking the next guy for his dollar, and I've had about enough. And I think that's what I did. I think I started out with the DPS, and I mean, you obviously have to unlock the other ones. I was going to start with the DPS and work my way out, because I like the idea of the tracker. That, you know, being a hunter is my forte. I like the robot thing, the idea. I don't understand what escaping means. Finding you an alternate route of escape. What does that mean? I understand you get pinned down. You know, I understand that you can get in situations that you need to run. But I don't understand the methodology, and I don't understand, you know, how you get from A to B. So I don't think that's a good idea. But I like the concept of being someone who finds a way out, because as a heal, I can run and hide. Running and hiding is easy. So yeah, let's. I had to spend some time studying that, and I got to spend more time in the Streamlabs, because I attached some new things to the Twitch feed, but I don't know if any of them are working. Some people say they can't do any kind of redemptions, so I got to go in there and play some more and see what's going on. I don't understand what's going on with it, but I need to get the trunk set up so you guys can get more points coming in, and I need to get a few more things in line for you guys on your end. But anyway, yes, that's what I'm talking about, the robot with the zip lines. I like the concept. It sounds like fun to me, but I don't know what I don't know at this point. So I need to get in there and study a little bit. Tonight, the kids are going to dinner, and I'm not going, because I'm a fat ass. I don't need to eat anything. The kids are going to supper with somebody, so I'm going to have a moment or two to sit down, and I might tink a few times in the Apex, just to see what it's like to get moited a few times. I mean, you're never going to figure it out unless you get in there and look at it. And then, yeah, we got to get the Streamlabs thing nailed down. There's a lot of data entry with these Streamlabs apps. You got to put in all this data entry shit, so it's custom to your stream. But I gotta get that done too. You guys deserve more. You deserve better. And I'm constantly working on the product. I really am. I'm at work for 12 hours a day. Damn it, cut me some slack. So we're at where we're at. You can't get mad about it. So yeah, I think that's everything for today. I don't think I got anything else I can ramble on about. Nobody gave me any subject material either. So I'm at a loss. So the next step for me is getting gas in this damn vehicle, and I'll be damned if I'm going to do that again on the stream. I did it the other day just because I was talking to Scottish. We were discussing something. But yeah, I'll roll up in here and get me some gas here in a minute. Need to probably get me an energy drink so I don't fall the fuck asleep. Yes, we got to get started. I read an article today about some guy who said that he streamed for nobody for the better part of, what'd he say, 6 months. He streamed to nobody. He just streamed, and then people started, picking up and hanging out with him, and then he got new streamers and new followers, and he started getting where he's streaming in front of hundreds of people, and that's where we got to go. We have to get those hundreds of followers. The first step is getting to 75. And I can't even clear 10 on a regular basis anymore. I did to get to affiliate. And I had great help, but all of my help left me. And that's fine. But I have to get to 75 now. And I'm not going to do what some people do, and I'm not going to reduce myself to the lowest common denominator. And I don't attach all of my videos to YouTube, because the YouTube is the ambassador, in my opinion. People go to YouTube to see your archive footage. You're not going to drop every old damn piece of equipment in the archive so people find it, trying to find something they like about you, and it turns out that it was garbage. And you don't want to do that. So I don't post every single damn video to YouTube. It's not worth it. You get yourself a good stream, people liked it, post that shit. Or maybe it was informative. It wasn't necessarily a good stream, but it was something that was informative, like my meat cutting streams, or one of these sit down conversation chat streams, so people get to figure out if they like you or not. I like to think that I'm very likable. Not everybody feels that way. Oh, there are some bloodhounds. They're not beagles, and they're not bassets. They're unless they're standing on something and they got really stumpy legs, they are bloodhounds. Those are some big ass dogs, and they are adorable with the flappy faces and the big ears. They're friggin' adorable. I'm a dog person. I love dogs. And the more outlandish the characteristics, the more I like them. That's why I'm a pug guy. Hey, I love them, but I don't care for the smell. I don't care for the fur. I don't care for having to feed them. I don't care for a lot of the damn aspects of dogs. But man, they're fun, and they love you, and they're cute, and they're happy to see you. Now I have Sissy, which does all the things that dogs do. You gotta teach her tricks, you gotta feed her treats. I'm kidding. My child is not a dog. Although she is a quadruped, she is not a dog. Do not send me hate mail. You feel free to send me some PayPal money. You can't do pugs. Pugs are adorable with that smushed face. Oh God, especially when they're young. They're adorable with that smushed face. You just want to smush it some more and love on it. Man, when they're young and they're little like that, they're adorable. When they get to be old and cranky and they're slobbering and they're cantankerous. Now wait a minute. I'll take that back. So, fun story. We go to this bridge festival every year, and there's this one booth where they got these pugs. And this one pug is like old and blind and lame, but man, it's like you just want to go up and love on it because it's adorable, and you can't help but love on it. It's like, man, you have lived this long, I'm gonna love on you. Okay, look, all right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna put gas in this damn thing, but I will be back in a little bit. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Arrivederci. Everybody loves Vedi, baby.